I was really excited about today's video, and I've been brainstorming about it all morning. And what I wanted to share is when I arrived in Kansas City, I was a mess and I didn't trust anybody. I am a super sensitive person, and I had been hurt by people. I had been hurt deeply by some, and it didn't take much to hurt me. I took things personal and I couldn't get over it. And so I basically had shut down, and no one could help me because I couldn't trust anyone. I didn't want to be hurt anymore, and I didn't trust God. I didn't know who God was, and I didn't believe He was good. But because people had hurt me, God was my only hope. He had to come through, or I had nowhere to go. And I started talking with Him, asking Him to prove Himself to me, to show up, show me if He actually was good, and if the things that are said about Him in the Bible, that He is a God of love and a God of peace, that He would prove Himself to me. And I held Him at His word, and I said, you need to show up. You need to prove to me that this is true. And I think when you work through a mess, think of it as a house. My house, my soul, had been broken into. It had things that were taken from it. The locks were not set on the doors, and stuff was a mess. There were pictures hanging crooked on the walls, and closets that were full of stuff that I wasn't ready to let anyone see, and I was hiding. I was scared, I was hiding, and I didn't know where to start. And the main thing I wanted to talk about is when you start working your heart, it is so messy. So if you look at a mess, or you're renovating a house, you might start in one area, but then you move to a different area, or you have to redo what you did and move it to a different place in the house. But first, you pretty much have to clear out the junk, and that's how God started with me. He started clearing out the garbage, the stuff that didn't belong, old mindsets that I had. He started working on that, lies that I had agreed with and needed to go, people that I was hoping would love me like I needed. I had to forgive them and let go. He had to clear me out. He had to strip me down. He had to remove all those old wall hangings off the walls and break down some of the walls that didn't belong. He had to open things out and basically start over. So it was a very difficult, trying process. But as He started clearing me out, He was then able to start speaking truth into me and build me up in the reality that He is a God of love. But He had to bring me to this place of needing Him, to trust Him, so He could show up. He could prove how faithful He is. He could give me testimonies and stories of His goodness. And that's what He did.